I'm not think the youth have done well today. Please give them a round of applause. Youth, God bless you in Jesus' name. All the youth who have not participated in anything, our time is fast spent. I will catch you next month. Look around, look for somebody who has not stood up from his seat today and the young man. Tell him, Papa will catch you next month. Tell him. So all of you, my eyes are on you. I will catch all of you next month. Amen. Our time is fast spent. I don't think there's a need for any lengthy message again after that answer I've given to those questions. But the youth said they still have some few questions left. So I'll just rush and attend to those questions, so that we'll share the guests in the next 20 minutes. So are they coming out to ask the questions? Or yeah, who is asking? Who is asking? Okay, read them out.
How can we trust the Bible when there seems to be contradictions?
Okay, I will have asked the person who wrote this question to come out, to come and show us the contradictions in the Bible. If you have been attending Bible study of late, you know that there are no contradictions in the Bible. I think this month or last month, we also saw archaeological evidence that one of the most unbelievable stories of the Bible, Sodom and Gomorrah, that fire came from heaven and consumed. We saw the archaeological evidence of it. They have discovered the location of the place. Lot's wife that turned to a pillar of salt, she is there. There are souls everywhere. So from all the things that archaeology has discovered, the Bible is the most reliable book under heaven. There is no contradictions in the Bible. Now, what some people will call contradictions in the Bible might be some reported speech that does not make differences to the real action. So, for example, the centurion man came to Jesus. One of the gospels was recording it. It says the centurion man came to Jesus. Another of the gospel was recording it and says the centurion man sent a servant to Jesus. That is not a contradiction. In Yoruba land, if a king does not want to go somewhere, if he sends his, what do you call it, a staff of authority there, the staff will be there, taken there by somebody else. But when you are reporting it, you will say the king was present at that program. So that's the way it happens. Those are not contradictions. If that person has any contradiction in the Bible, let him come and ask. I will explain to you. There are no contradictions in the Bible. The Bible is the oldest book ever written. There is no book anywhere that is older than the Bible, and there are no contradictions in it. That is what makes the Bible more superior than several other books. So we can trust the Bible, one, because what was thought to be contradictions before are not contradictions again, because it has been confirmed. At the time, they felt that the earth was flat. The whole world felt that the earth was a flat world until somebody decided to travel around the world and decided that the earth was not flat. The earth is spherical in nature. In the book of Job, the Bible wrote that God sits upon the circle of the earth. Ever before science discovered that the earth is round and not flat, the Bible has already recorded it that the Bible is circle. So the Bible is very perfect. There are no contradictions in the Bible. If you know any contradictions, come and bring it to me. It's what you don't understand that you call contradictions. I will explain it to you.
Okay, I don't know this.
You just got this one. The way you laugh, safe. That laughter is like, we'll kill pastor today. This one, they can't escape. He asked your question.
I have been in a relationship with this guy, and I love him so much, and we have mutual understanding. We basically done introduction. Now he's requesting for notes since we will be getting married soon. What do I do about it?
Shebi is soon that you are getting married. Tell him that thing that you want to see, will see it and see it higher. You just give you small time, let you carry. That you will see it and see higher. Because you can't trust, if you can trust the man, you can't trust his phone. You can't trust that his phone will not get into somebody else's hand and that person will not see it. You can't trust that if that person sees it, he can't forward it to his own phone and it will still be in trust. and that one another person will see it from his phone and forward it to his own phone in trust. It's still secure, but there are like 5 person now that have trusted your nude. Then that person's phone will now spoil. You will now go and repair it with the repairer who does not know you. That one will now see it. We now upload it on a site where you put your nude to get money and get paid, and your nude is all over the internet. There was a teenager in one of our churches, First Faculty of Orelope, who sent a nude to her boyfriend. She was lying on the bed on the boys' room, and then the boy took the note and she saw it, said it's nice, and they forgot about it. And years later, they had issues. What's the name of that woman? That mother had girls, very big, fat girls. A poor woman. And then they had a problem with that relationship, and the relationship broke. And before you know it, somebody just told me one day, look at this girl, she's not from your church. Ah, a teenager, well behaved, cool headed, sing. News are all over the place. So don't send your news to people, whether you trust them or not. In fact, don't take news on your phone. Why are you keeping news on your phone? You want to be loving yourself on your phone? Stand in front of the mirror. Appreciate the blessing that God has given you. And size up your statistics. Share me on the link 28, 20, 26. After there. Clap yourself in front of the mirror and forget about it. Don't snap news. Not for yourself, not for anybody. Thank you. And I want the guy to get married so that I can see what he wants to say. He will feel tired.
Okay. How can someone find interest in love? Wait, how can someone find interest to find love and marry? Not seeing a great example for years of four parents.
Okay. It's bad enough that the people you see every day are not good examples. The people you see at home every day are not good examples. Your parents are not good examples. But if your parents are not good examples, look beyond your immediate family and look to the church. If you have not seen good example at home, there are very good examples in the church. If you don't know anyone, Pastor and Pastor Minister allow a good example. Our wedding will be 20 years this May, and we are celebrating it. So in 20 years, I have not lifted my hand against my wife. I have not made that cry in the corner of the public. In 20 years, and she has not made me cry in the corner of the public. There are several examples in the church I can keep mentioning names. So look beyond your parents. Several examples. Pastor Mayowa and his wife, they are big actors. The youths are mentioning your name. So look beyond your biological parents to your spiritual parents and tell yourself, it may not work in the hand of your biological parents, but if it has worked in the hand of your spiritual parents, it will work in your hand. Pastor Deboye said something. He said, if your biological parents curse you, your spiritual parents can remove the curse. So if there is a curse with your biological parents, go and meet your spiritual parents. There is a curse in our family, 3, 4, 5 persons who has married has not worked. They can remove your spiritual parents can remove it from your. So don't let the weaknesses of your parents' marriage make you mismarry, because marriage is a very difficult thing that you have to be careful when you are entering. And if you enter with wrong mindset, you likely will get a wrong result. So it has to do with your mindset. I'm going to be very, very brief so that we can close by 11:30. Each of these questions I can preach a message on them. I don't want to preach any message today.
Is it advisable to have multiple partners since I am still testing the waters?
Hallelujah. Why are you laughing at the person now? Most of you who are laughing, say you are testing water yourself and you are laughing. It depends on where your hope is. There is a song I love when we were small. Ìgbàgbọ́ mi dúró lórí ẹ̀jẹ̀ àtò dòdò Jésù. Kò jẹ́ gbẹ́kẹ̀lé ohun kan. Orúkọ Jésù. Kristi ilẹ̀ mìíràn ìyọrin ilẹ̀ mìíràn àwọn tó lọ fẹ́ gbà tí wọ́n kú nìyẹn àwọn tó lọ sí tí church àwọn máa kọ́ my home is built on nothing else. Righteousness I will not trust. That's only. Oh, solid. All over ground is sinking sand. All over ground is. So that question, very reasonable question, but depends on who you are trusting. Depends on who you are trusting. You are either trusting the flesh or you are trusting the spirit. If you are trusting the flesh, that means God is not in the equation. Go and test and test and test until you die testing. And there is no end to testing. The reason is this. There is no end to testing because if you see a lady today that you like her because she can sing, so let me test this one whether she can who can sing very well. By tomorrow you see another one who can sing and can play very well. So let me test this one too. That's spiritual battle that was still testing. You know? Then this one can sing and play very well. Then you see another one who can sing and can pray and fast for 365 days in a year. Say I need this one in my ministry, she will be fasting for me. While you are testing that one, you see another who can sing, who can pray, who can fast, and can still preach the scripture, teach very well. Then you become confused. If you are testing physical things, you see one that is tall and dark. Why you are considering tall and dark? Báwo lè ṣe máa rí ṣó máa fine ṣé ká lọ test ẹ wò? There is another one that is tall and fair. There is another one that is now short and rumu. So there is no end to test it. If you want to trust the flesh, but if you want to trust the spirit, you don't need to test. Pray and let God lead you. Most times when you see people testing is because they are not acting to the voice of the Lord. While we're in Unilag, God told me about my wife. While we're in Unilag, God told me about my wife, and we're still in the process of getting her to agree that I will be her husband because she had difficulty in agreeing that I will be her husband. We have had the story severally. And while we're still in the process, my parents were bringing girls for me to test. What of this one? What of this one? I refused to test any one of them. No, I'm not even going to listen to any one of them. Then there's this lady in Unilag that was on my case. Say, you must marry before you leave this family. You must get engaged. All of us who are presidential executives were engaged. And I said, this particular lady in church, in fellowship, very quiet, gentle, going, and ladies that teach, and she can teach the scriptures. And I like ladies who can teach Bible because I'm a teacher of the word. So when I see a lady who can teach the word, my heart is next to them. This one can teach the word. Say, okay, we have agreed that, okay, let's give it a try. I shall give it a try now. Just like that one that is in the ground that is wasting your time. This one is in Lagos, you can see her, we know everything she's doing. Just propose to her. And the day we agreed that I am going to propose to her, the morning of the day that I agreed that I was going to propose to her, I just asked from the Lord that I was missing it. And I sent this lady a text. I said, the reason why people make mistakes is because they don't trust God. God says it's a no. And she came and said, the man of the spirit, I believe you. Meanwhile, the girl that God is saying that I should marry has been saying no to me for 5 years at that time. And this one that is deadly available, God says, if I still held onto it. So when you trust God, you can't miss it. The funniest thing of the story is this. While we were married, I didn't know my blood group. I didn't know my blood group, and I was not bothered. I didn't know her blood group, and I was not bothered. And after she married, she was asking me, what kind of risk is that did you take? He said she didn't take a risk because she knew her own blood group that she's AA. I said, I took a risk on God. I don't know your blood group. I don't know my blood group. I know that if God is giving me there, God cannot see SS and lead me to SS. If God says it, there's nothing to confirm again. The reason why you are testing around is because you have not asked from God. And the problem of testing around is this: you test and test. The more you are testing, the more family is to get pregnant before he marries you. What is the culture in your own family? The body of Christ. Marriage is honorable when the fair undefiled. So there are now two different cultures, and one culture has to bow for the other culture. Why should your own culture bow? Why not his own culture bow to your culture? Because if your culture bows to his culture now, you are giving his culture the upper hand. In every decision that will be made in that relationship, even if you marry him, your culture will have to bow to his culture. Even if it is that in this family, 1 month after you have given birth, we have to carry the baby to the shrine so that they can wash him with one soap from the shrine. This is culture, and your culture has bowed, so you must still bow at that time. So most time when you see ladies who stupidly agree for their culture to bow at the initial stage because they want to marry, after they now marry, the husband still now want the culture to bow and say, I'm a Christian, no, I don't do that kind of thing, no, the people that are saying crazy, which Christian are you? You are bowed before and you must still bow. So just don't be sentimental about it. You have your culture in your family, I have my culture in my family. It's you that want to marry. If your culture cannot bow, go and look for somebody else and your culture can bow for. Simple. If you can't do argument, we don't even need to be looking for Bible verse about it. Just tell him, my culture cannot bow. Hey, you're a woman. You are the one who should be submissive. I am submissive to you as my head. I'm not submissive to your culture because I'm not marrying your culture. If there is something that me and my wife never agree about, it's about culture and tradition. This morning she was still talking about tradition in the car, I shouted that down. And there's nothing like culture, there's nothing like tradition. Every time you see tradition and you see culture, they are things organized by men to put men in bondage. Every single time. There's a bondage hiding somewhere. Don't enter it before you enter the bondage. If you don't enter bondage, then you must Jesus. So tell me, well, that is your culture. In my own culture, we don't do it. So if you want to marry me, sorry, I won't do. But if you somebody else who will agree to it, don't very long. I release you. God will bring the man who respect to honor you and honor your culture. And asking to go and get pregnant before you marry is a sign that you are not marrying within the fold of Christ. If you are marrying within the fold of Christ, no reasonable believer will ask you to go and get pregnant before you marry. Alive? Pastor Kobe, can you ask again to be pregnant before you marry? Even if you want to say it, the fear of your pastor alone will not let you say it. Because I can break credit and hear it. I break credit to 4 and keep one part. So I will not be able to complete it again. Next question.
Sorry, sir. This same question that I just have now, it's not, so it's not about, I just made mention of culture. Some people have seen a family like that. Why they do that? Because they need to confirm.
It is still a culture of that family. It is still a culture of that family. Culture can be national, can be state, can be local government, can be village, and can be a family. In some families, they don't take okra, and that is their culture in their family. So it's still a culture in that family. Whatever excuse they have for you, you tell them you don't want to do. They can tell you that because the first one when they marry, the wife did not give birth. The second one when they marry, the wife did not give birth. The third one when they marry, the wife. All those are excuses to enslave you. Okay, if you carry pregnancy now and you marry, what is the guarantee that you will deliver that pregnancy? What is the guarantee? If there is a demon in their family that does not want women to get pregnant, and so the first 3 months you now get pregnant, you now enter the house, you don't want to come and take the child away, and you are like the other one. What will you now do? Don't get yourself into trouble. When somebody says get pregnant before he marries you, run away from that person. It's not that the person is not from God. It's the devil that is moving this to you. Okay.
Pastor Mike, the question.
Very good. So you slightly answered one of the body that was.
So when I talk to you, I answer questions deeply, so that somebody wants to ask the question, another question, I will have touched several areas of the question. Okay, so go straight to the one I've answered.
The question that I had in mind was, if you look at like some pastors, some renowned pastors that heard from God, and he heard from God, this person is my wife, or is they ended up divorcing. And you now look at families that they are not really, that it's still going on with the romantic life and lifestyle they are living. So what else apart from just hearing from God? Because this particular, I can't remember his name, but this particular pastor, he married men from God, he married, he divorced, and I think he came back again, and they still divorced again. So what's the other source?
Okay, thank you. I've not had time in this talk to teach about love. And maybe we want to organize it. Every Valentine we get to speak everywhere. The church went to last week Sunday is the second time I'm preaching. The last time of their guests. It's a exception of the church, the district meeting. Today we have 2 meetings that we're preaching. My wife is preaching in one, after I'm preaching in one. It's only this church I've not had time to bring you together and speak about love. A marriage may be made in heaven, but it is sustained on earth. That God has given you a woman or given you a man does not mean that marriage will succeed. The first man that God created, God himself handed the woman over to the man. And that woman caused his downfall. Who gave Adam Eve? Who gave Adam Eve? What caused Eve Adam's downfall? Eve. So God can hand you over to a man and say, this is the man you should marry you. And then the marriage will still fail if you have not done what you are supposed to do in that marriage. There are 2 parts to the marriage, to any marriage. There's initiation of the marriage, there's sustenance of the marriage. Everybody say initiation. Everybody say sustenance. There's the initiation of the marriage, there's the sustenance of the marriage. The initiation of the marriage is who is leading you to it. The sustenance of the marriage is what are you doing to sustain that marriage? Most times, if the initiation is wrong and the sustenance is right, the marriage can still succeed. Most times, if the initiation is wrong and the sustenance is right, the marriage can still succeed. But if the initiation is right and the sustenance is wrong, the marriage will definitely fail. There is no way about it. So if the initiation is right, God is not leading you to it, and the sustenance is not right, because God has led you to it, you do anything that you want to do. Because you are married to a pastor, and the pastor cannot go and marry another woman, the pastor cannot commit adultery, the pastor cannot fornicate, and then you dress anyhow, you talk to the pastor anyhow, you shout on him anyhow. The sustenance already have a problem. It's only a matter of time. Something will happen. Because the pastor or the brother who is intended to be a pastor, like Brother Michael who asked the question, the brother will soon get to his limits, his anger level, his anger limits, that one day we just go and say, I'm not moving again, you are just taking advantage of me. Because the sustenance is not right, though the initiation is right. But if the initiation is not right, it is not God that led it to it. Like some of our great grandfathers, they didn't pray to God before they married. Some of them, they posted wives to them in Lagos, like they post letters. You have not had it before. They post husband, wife to people in Lagos. As in, there's a brother in Lagos who is working in Lagos, and the mother in the village will just see a girl in the village and say this girl will make a good wife. And they will give the girl, there was no phone number at that time, they will give the girl an address and then a name. And so when you get to this address, you will meet my son. His name is Kolako Ishola. Tell him I am your mother. I send it to him to marry. And the girl will only come with address to Lagos and see the man. And the man will see the woman for the first time, and he will accept her to the house, and they will marry, and they will last the whole age. Why do they laugh? Because of the sustenance. The submission that is required in that marriage from the woman to the man is there. The respect that is required from the man to the woman is there. And so two of them together will live till old age. Will they offend themselves? Yes. Will they quarrel? Of course they will quarrel, but they will settle it without the third party. But when a Christian sister marries a Christian brother, they can keep married for 3 weeks inside the same house. She may decide that the husband is not, I'm denying him sex. Say, Chewo, I asked him for money, he did not give me for the next 3 months. No sex for you in this house. And he denies the man sex in that house. And that sustenance is due to our problem. And when that marriage breaks, can I shock you? Can I shock you? When that marriage breaks, we'll preach against divorce. And we'll preach against the marriage. But divorce is a sin.
the marriage is a sin. If God can forgive all the other sins that men commit, you'll be shocked to know that even those who remarry will go to hellfire because they have just committed a sin. If the person who commits murder can ask God for forgiveness of sin and God will forgive him, the one who now divorce because the woman wants to commit murder, will God not forgive him? So let Christian sisters, let me sing it to her, that there is no sin that God cannot forgive, including divorce and remarriage. So there is initiation of marriage, there is sustenance of marriage. Initiation can be right. If the sustenance is wrong, the marriage will crash. Initiation can be wrong for the worldly people. But if the submission is right, the marriage will likely succeed. You get it? And if you want to talk about sustenance, there are several things about sustenance that I will not permit me to say today. I think that's the last question. People want to come out. More questions are coming. No, I have meeting for 1 o'clock at 10. Okay, if you can come out and ask a question, just 3. Come out and ask a question. Everybody that wants to come out and ask, just 3. Come out and ask, just 3. That one I will call from your camp, Pastor Collins and Pastor Mills to come and answer to save my time. Because if I answer now, I will take long time. Okay. AY, I have a question. Come and stand before the people of God. They will not consume you. Come. She is shy like her mother. Come and stand here. They have not tried this water before during service. The minister today, and come and stand here, let people see your face. You can't have a beautiful face and you're hiding it. You ask the question. Face the people, not me. Face them, let them see. Is she not fine? Ask her why is she hiding. She's always hiding one corner there. Come on, let's see brothers that will receive revelation today. See her face, fine girl, looking sexy. They ask your question.
Suspecting that the guy is gay, but the guy says he's not gay.
You understand the question? It's not out, it's not out. Maybe it's a friend. The lady is dating the guy, and the guy is acting girly. And then she's suspecting that she is gay, that he is gay. But he says he is not gay. What do you do? Number one, don't trust his statement. Watch his lifestyle. A man can act girly for several reasons. So, for example, I'm giving birth to a girl, I gave birth to another girl, and I gave birth to a boy. So this boy now, because in the midst of 2 girls, there are some things he will do like a girl. And I'll just say, I'll take my eyes away. So he can plait your hair, he wants me to plait hair, he can make hair. Because he grew up seeing his sister plait hair, he can make good food, you know. So look at, why is he acting girly? Is it because he grew up among ladies? If he did not grow up among ladies, watch his life well. What are the particular things you see him do that makes you think he's acting girly? Then watch his close friends. Watch their lives. If he's acting girly and he's just acting girly because he grew up in a girlish family, he will do other things with males and will flow naturally among males. But his girlish nature that he has learned from home will come up once in a while. But if he is a gay, if he is among his other guys, they will not relate to him as a guy. They will relate to him as a girl, although he is a man. They begin to suspect there's something wrong about this relationship. Check all the people he has surrounded himself with. His close relationship. If you suspect what is wrong with him in those close relationships, run away. Don't trust his judgment again. Don't trust his words again. Believe his action. That if all these people can be relating with you like this, I don't want to go into it. The reason is this. About 5 years ago, the COVID year, the year after COVID, that's 2021, I was invited to the district headquarters church in Foursquare to minister, pastor's wife fellowship. The whole district were just thanking God for the year. And I invited to come and minister. District headquarters, very big district headquarters in Foursquare. And then before my message, they asked for testimony. And one woman, pastor's wife fellowship, came out and said, thank God for my life. He said, the story is that the son wedded. The night of the wedding night, the girl, the wife slept beside her husband. Then the best man came the middle of the night and slept in between the two of them. And the girl said, what are you doing here? So that's why he wants to sleep now. I said, how can you sleep here? You can't sleep here now. She was thought it was a joke and she was getting serious. Then she told the husband, but do something about it, man. This guy is getting serious. So tell him to move now. I was like, no, he's not moving. This house is sleeping in this house. So anytime he likes, come and sleep here. And if he likes to sleep in his room. When the girl saw that it was serious, in the middle of the night, she called the woman talking, the pastor's wife. Say, I don't understand this one, though. Your son just brought the best man to come and sleep between the two of us. I don't understand this one. So the mother said, give him the phone. They gave him the phone. The mother was chastising the boy. The boy said, am I parolling you? You said you wanted the wife. I'm married the wife for you. That's your wife. This is now what's sitting beside me. True life story. How they saw people was a miracle. God just left there. So that you won't fall into that same situation. Watch the people around the guy. Are there other men who are behaving like him in that gang? Then there's a problem. The other men in that gang, are they relating to him like a man, like a guy to guy, or they are relating to him like a man to woman, taking him as a woman? Then there's a problem. Wrong away. Thank you. Any other questions? Two more. I just need 2 more questions so that I can close.
Okay. There's a question that I want to now ask.
A question that you want to ask a question on. Okay, we have to.
How do I overcome toxic relationship? And you know, toxic relationship is very small. There's no exposure for different reasons. I used to have a female friend that I met that she came from a very poor home and she just went to school, managed herself to school, like she was going in school and she met a guy that liked her and they both like each other. I was thinking, because that's for a rich family, was taking proper care of her, and that everybody knows. But people do not know that she's in a toxic relationship, that the guy used to like beat her, but still take good care of her, and she's now stuck that she feeling like she cannot live because of what the guy has done for her and what he has done for the family. What can that kind of person do?
If you are in a relationship, all the young ladies there listen to me. All the ladies there say hello, pastor. I can't hear your voice. All the ladies there say hello, pastor. If you are in a relationship and the person you are dating try as much as lift up his hand to slap you, break that relationship and put me anywhere. Break that relationship. If you must continue, let it be the presence of your pastor. Try as much as slap you in a relationship. In that same moment, whatever the excuse he has, break the relationship. You know why? A man who can beat you before you enter his house will beat you to death when you enter his house. And the same reason he has for slapping you, the same reason he will have. Say, sorry, I didn't know. It was just impromptu. I just acted on impulse. If he slap you on impulse before marriage, he will kill you on impulse after marriage. So any man that can lift up his hand to slap you does not respect you. All the ladies say after me, any man that can lift up his hand to slap me does not respect me. Ask him if he has slapped his mother before. He says anger. Ask him if he has been angry and he slapped his father before. Ask him if he has been angry and he cannot control himself in front of the class and he slapped the lecturer before. When he got the first guy was one discovered. When people slap, they know why they slap. And the bad part of it is this. Everybody look at me. The bad part of it is this. When you accept the first one, you will accept it till you die. Once you can cope with the first slap, you will accept slap till you die. If you excuse the first slap, you will excuse it till you die. But the first one, you resist it. It takes 2 years to beg you. His parents come to beg you. Everybody come to beg you. That one, you can now say, okay, he's accountable to several persons. So don't stay with anybody who is toxic in the relationship. Some of the people who are toxic are nice and caring. They can spend money on you. They have money to spend on you. My wife used to know somebody that when the man offends the wife, at times can buy her a car to settle quarrel. Just buy a new car. Say, you know I love you. It's the work of the devil. Just take. So the man will say, I don't love you. The woman is not in that relationship. She's in it for what she gets. So this one that Toby just mentioned, she's in it because she's getting money from the man. Let her break that relationship. Because when the chips are down, your life is more important than whatever gift you are getting. And it may not just be that the man is beating the woman. We are seeing cases where women are beating men too, and they are not married. Beating men. Yeah. So, one of the taking very little, you know, I love you. That is the guy telling the man, you know, I didn't want to slap you, you are the one that does it. What of them are so what about people, you know, don't be saying what to get me and then. That is the guy talking to the boy. I'm not saying, they make it so much. The second time they are doing it to say, sorry, it too happened again, but you to be careful. You know when you say that kind of thing, it gets me annoyed. Men, you to run away. There are several men that the wives are beating in their house that they can't come out and talk. Because now when they come out, how can I, a whole-bodied man, come out and say my wife is beating me? But there are several men like that. On a popular note, a pastor asked one day, he said, all the people in this church, all the men in this church, that your wife is controlling you, come and stay on my right hand. All of you that you are controlling your wife, come and stay on your left hand on that side. Then all the big men in church, tall, dark, huge, muscular, all of them came to the right to show that their wives were controlling them. All the rich guys who are controlling the church, came to the right to show that their wives are controlling them. All the men in the church were on the right. Then one tiny, chickly body guy just came and stood on the left. Everybody just people there and say, so the pastor is surprised though. Even one of these big people, the wife is going to say, come and tell us the secrets. How are you doing that? As chickly body that you have, and you have money, you can control your wife. Then they took the mic. They said, talk. And I was looking at that corner. Talk now. Say, talk. How are you? Say, it's my wife that say I should not go and go there. I should not go and go there. Every sign you see in a relationship, it's a major sign in marriage. Every small thing you see in a relationship that is growing will be a big tree in marriage. So you either uproot it while you are in a relationship or you walk away. If you can't uproot it, you walk away. Somebody I know about my brother. He was to marry and I brought a lady that he was going to marry. And I know that he is somebody who is always angry because we are very, very close. So I told the lady in his presence, I said, you people are dating. Has he slapped you before? He looked at the boy's face. I said, I'm not talking about has he slapped before in this relationship? He said, yes, he has slapped me twice, but it's a mistake. He apologized. True life story. I told her my wife was seated. I said, don't marry him. My brother will come out. I said, don't marry him. If you can't control his anger, he will kill you. She didn't listen. On the wedding day, I was the father of the day. I did everything tied on my head. It started 3 weeks after wedding. He beat her to stupor. She could not tell anybody. After 1 year that she cannot cope again, she called me and reported to me. I said, carry your load and leave that place. I won't say I am his brother and ask you to stay until he kills you. Carry your load and leave. Go to your father's house. He said, they say that in our house, once we are married, you can't come back again. I said, you can't come back alive, but you can bring your dead body there. After 3 years, is it 3 years or 2.5 years? Around 3 years, sir, in the middle of the night, a beat her to stupor, blood all over her body, use air to drag her down the stairs, up the stairs, down the stairs, up the stairs 3 times. I was in the call in the middle of the night, and the call that most people don't know when to call pastors. For any spot they call pastors, my phone is always on vibration at night, permanently. 12 or 4, my phone is on vibration. It's only when God wants me to see your call that I see your call. You know why? Because when husband and wife, when they are drinking tea and they are enjoying rice on their table, they will not remember to call pastor and say, Pastor, we are enjoying you. When they have testimony after the prayers, they don't come and share the testimony on the altar, they will not tell pastor. When the guy now wants to punish him in the middle of the night, his pastor that will not sleep.